Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike with smartoptiontrading.com. It is Friday, the 28th of February, and this is our weekly recap. It goes out to all my subscribers as well as everybody in my news list and on YouTube. It's been a very rough 7 sessions. By the way, if you want to learn more about me and you want more analysis like this, options flow, trade ideas, come over here, smartoptiontrading.com, click on my website, click on live trading alerts, and it'll give you all the information you're looking for. I don't want to spend time going over this with you guys today. So you can sign up here for $25 for the first 30 days. All right, so I'm just going to go right to the SPY here and this chart. And this is a 3-month view. And what we've done here is we've given back the entire move up from October and then some in 7 sessions. We've never seen a move down like this. You know, and again, if you look at this last week, last Thursday, I said careful. I told everybody careful. This is not acting right. There was something off in the market. First warning shot, Friday second, then gap down. On Monday, big gap. You got a day to adjust, move down, more, follow through, and the big follow through to 285 today. And a very oversold market. You'll notice the McClellan oscillator here at levels we don't see very often, and only a couple times ever at negative 445 area. Big oversold market extended to the downside, but you have fear, you have panic in this market, and that's something we haven't seen in a long time. And you can see it here in the volume. Look at the volume here. Started picking up 200 million shares, 284 million shares. Today, we still have about 35 minutes to go. We're going to hit 320 to 330 million shares in this market today. This is big volume. We have capitulation here on this volume. And now we need to see. And what's going on here is the markets are now afraid that the United States is not doing enough to prepare, that we've lost containment. And by that, I mean you have countries like Italy, South Korea, and Iran, where it's just starting to explode. It's gotten into Europe, and worries that if it's in Europe, it's going to get around the rest of the world because everybody just travels around. And sure enough, we have a story out today that a Google employee has tested positive in California for the virus after traveling to Zurich. All right, so that's how easy it's going to be to move this around. So what does this mean? It means you need to be extra careful. If you're looking for long-term buys, you need for the market to give you a reason. Powell just released a statement within the last hour saying that the Fed will do what's necessary to protect the economy, basically foreshadowing that the Fed's already talking about a rate cut. Some people to think that they were going to get some kind of emergency rate cut this weekend. Is it possible? It is. More likely, they're probably going to wait unless they need to step in beforehand. May even see some QE again, depending on what's going on. Other thing that's going on, there's been a ton of margin calls. A lot of people have been on margin through this experience. They're getting called out, seeing a lot of selling. What you need to do here is make your shopping list. You want your shopping list. You want names you want to buy when we go. You need to be aware that IV is up. Why is IV up? Just look at the VIX. If you look here at the VIX, you'll see the VIX is up here at almost 50. That's very high. That means option prices are spiked through the roof. You look at this chart, we have not seen a VIX like this often. Look at this area though. Look at this line I have drawn here on here. From all the way back from 1998, this tends to be the high. What was this exception? Does anybody remember what this exception was back here in 2009? That was the financial crisis, right? So this tends to be the area most of the time we find a high on the VIX. We'll see if this is true this time. So keep that in mind. So what do you look for next week? You want to have your shopping list ready. You want to know what names you want to get into, and you want to look for names that are outperforming the market. If you're looking at option flow, it really hasn't been there. The best order of the day was probably Disney March 115 calls, ADSK we saw, and Disney looks horrible, right? You look at this chart, Disney's just been absolutely tortured. They have 3 amusement parks now closed, plus they had Bob Iger leave in the middle of this. So none of that here is helping, right? So Disney, maybe. ADSK, saw a big bull risk reversal. What's that? That's where they sell puts to buy calls. This was the June 140 puts by 200 calls. A nice bounce here after earnings. I would keep an eye on this chart. And then I would start looking at stronger names. And I'll go over charts this weekend. But names like BABA, continue to hold in and act strong here. NVIDIA, very strong name again today, holding in. Square, another strong name. Look at how strong these names are holding in. These are the ones you want to look for. you want to act in. For me this week, there was nothing easy about this week, guys. I traded. I had a nice green week. I traded options. I traded stock. I was not very aggressive today, but I made a ton of money on Netflix calls yesterday. I've had a nice week on Microsoft calls as well. Played with Roku, played with Zoom, play with a whole bunch of different things. Today I traded Roku, got small fill. Thinkorswim was not working well, especially on the open this morning, which made it tough. So I got stopped out. Same thing with Square, made a couple $100 there, got back in, got stopped out. And the main reason I didn't trade options today is because the IV was jacked and I knew these things were going to come crashing in at some point. So bottom line is this is a time to start developing your list. You want to look for some type of reversal candle. And I'll just go back to my SPY chart real quick here. The SPY is so weak today, we cannot hold yesterday's low. We got up, we touched it, but we can't get back above it. You're looking for some type of reversal, some type of action that says to me, hey, let me get back in this market. Let me start taking some shots. So go back to a 2-year chart. Go back to December 2018, because this is the closest thing. This candle, that's the type of action you're trying to look for. Something that gets the short squeezed. This may not be a big V bounce. We could sit here for a while because the headline risk is big. But have your names. There's names to play to the long side. This market continues to give longs with names like Square and NVIDIA, Roku, right? They keep finding names to play. Hang in there. Develop your ideas. Trade smaller. When IV is this high, you don't need as many contracts, right? They're priced higher. Why am I saying that? Look at Apple today. Apple is now moving $10 a day. From a name that was moving not too long ago, under 5, it's now moving $10 a day. Look at this move off the lows, 256 all the way up here to 278, $12 move. So you can play these things with less options and make the same amount of money. You don't need to put on as much risk in this. You can trade stock. 100 shares on that would have paid $12, $1,200. So just put some of these thoughts into your mind here if you want to play with that. Anyway, guys, I hope everybody's doing well. If you like my commentary, check out my website. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll post charts on Sunday, and I'll see you guys on Monday bright and early to start this again.